Yeah, so we have a lot of ice and snow. There's the pole star. It is like very, very cold when it's hitting. It's kind of like hail is starting to form. It's very fast, very thick, and very, very cold. Winter storm, baby. Oh yeah, still going, and we'll be going for a good bit of time. And here we are a couple hours later. Massive amounts of snow. Love it. Welcome everybody, my name is Michael, and today we're discussing about Mr. Tate's holdings of cryptocurrency being seized. Around $500,000 from the Tate brothers was seized by Romanian police. And now you're going to ask, well, how did this happen? First of all, how can you seize cryptocurrency from a wallet if you don't know the seed phrase? Well, maybe it wasn't on a wallet. Maybe it was on an exchange, and that exchange worked with the police and Interpol. And now, not only have they lost hundreds of thousands, maybe even over $1 million worth of their cars, tons of cars, Rolls Royces, BMWs, whatever was taken, but now also $500,000 of Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins. So this, regardless of your opinion of the individuals at stake here, they're controversial figures, I know, but this brings up a really interesting argument. What do you do if there's criminals, and how do you define those criminals? Because sometimes you may be arresting somebody who is innocent and seizing their funds that may have been legally earned without actually being tied to any criminal enterprises whatsoever. So the police may actually be the corrupt ones. There's tons of cases where in certain countries you wouldn't want this to be the precedent. So what is happening here? How did this happen? And what can be done to prevent it from normal citizens losing their cryptocurrency to corrupt police? And we are in the middle of a snowstorm. So let's get into it. So further digging says authorities said they were seized from 2 digital wallets, Bitcoin, 21 in total, that 5 of which was from Andrew Tate, which was held under his girlfriend's name, around $110,000, and the rest, remaining 16, from his brother Tristan, around $355,000, 16 Bitcoin. Oh man, that's crazy. I would love to own that much. So at one point or another, that's going to be worth over $1 million. How did they seize these digital wallets? The problem is, right now, they've seized approximately $4 million of homes, luxury watches, money, cryptocurrency, and cars in a country where the average person makes like $10,000 yearly, or maybe even less. I'm not sure, probably somewhere around $10,000, because I think the average in Poland, which you had higher salaries in Poland, was $15,000, something crazy like that. So regardless of your opinion about this controversial figure, the fact that police are able to seize it, and then what do they do with the funds? And what happens if you're innocent and they lose access to those funds? So most likely, first off, this is probably not all of his crypto holdings. So as far back as last January, his Hustler University digital wallets, that's one of his companies that was basically training, kind of like Udemy, except the more controversial version of that. He pulled in as much as $49 million in tuition fee charges, as well as earning millions from potentially his own trading, which we're not really sure exactly. Nobody can verify these numbers, but he did have millions from somewhere. And we do know that thousands of people did subscribe to these courses. And he most likely used crypto to avoid, first of all, bank fees, and then sending money through banks, any questions in relation to transfers, which means he has to meet anti-money laundering law requirements. And then he was quoted saying, whereas with Bitcoin, I press 2 buttons, it costs me 35 cents, and it's done in 3 minutes. That's why Bitcoin will never go to zero. The problem is he probably wasn't reporting a lot of this. I mean, let's be real, most of us aren't. No matter what you do to try and avoid laws, the governments of the world will always try and, of course, roll out consequences for avoiding laws. And whether he did or did not do anything illegal, that is still to be judged by the courts. However, the problem here is we're not sure exactly how to fully protect against this. There's ways where don't hold your crypto on exchanges. Any digital wallets should be offline. If they do seize a physical wallet, they won't have access to the seed phrase, such as in the case of the FBI seizing a wallet. They didn't have access, and the guy who was arrested, his brother was able to take money, but then he was arrested as well because he withdrew it to his own bank accounts, and that was easily traceable. The problem is, even if someone, family member, friend, business associate, if you're arrested, they're able to take out your money. They have to do it the smart way. And I'm not just saying, oh, with a little bit of Monero and tumblers. It has to go deeper than that, because you'd have to, if you're in America, you'd have to go to a country without extradition and go that extra step at that point. If you're taking money from the FBI, essentially, which is never recommended. So the problem is, in many of these cases, many of these countries around the world are going to be corrupt. It's an easy way for the police to buy the dip. So what do? You cannot publicize the fact that you have cryptocurrency if you're doing anything shady, or you live in a country where there's a good risk that you're going to get arrested. Don't publicize it, because if nobody knows, well, they're not going to check you for it. And even if they do know, keep everything offline, keep multiple wallets, and here's the big thing: you cannot have seed phrases written down somewhere on your computer, easily accessible, or on a note and paper or whatever, somewhere around your house. It has to be hidden as well. So you have to have a trustworthy source, place, or individual who's going to be holding on to that for you. The best thing you can do is keep everything offline, keep everything secure. If anything does happen, have your funds diversified. So a little in crypto, a little in gold, a little, in foreign exchange accounts in different places around the world. This is talking about if you're a multimillionaire like Andrew Tate. The fact that he was boasting online about his cars and wealth was part of the reason the police got him. The problem is also we need to change laws and regulation in relation to the police and all of their responsibilities and abilities to be able to seize stuff like this. If you're living in a country with very stringent crypto regulation, there's good sides and bad sides to it. You need to be in a country where there's regulation, but it's not so strict, and you still have a lot of leeway. Maybe somewhere like Switzerland, although that also can vary. So in Romania, the police can be very corrupt, and I'm sure he's not going to get his crypto or cars back or money. Anyways, with that said, just wanted to thank you for watching today's video, and we'll see how the saga unfolds. There's a lot of very interesting stories happening this year, and the saga with FTX is unfolding as well. So I just wanted to wish you a good night. Take care. Just wanted to thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a great rest of your day. Drive safe, take care, and I absolutely love this weather. See ya.